What you say? All right, y'all. My name is Trevino Reid. I'm the owner of Charleston Tidy Commercial Cleaning, and this is my factual opinion. Okay, you catch me laughing because we just rolled out the apprenticeship program, and I met one of the mentees today, and I'm being met with some resistance or whatnot, right? And that was the whole idea of us starting the program, because we were hiring contractors from time to time. Of course, we hire W-2 employees, but as we were hiring the contractors weren't treating our business like it was their business, right? So we decided to start making people invest in themselves. So I'm gonna share a conversation I just had with one of the young men who's a little apprehensive. He already paid the initial training costs and whatnot, but he spoke with someone, right? And this someone is kind of adding to his apprehension. So let's get into it. All right. So as he and I discussed the price and what comes along with the price and what he needed, he agreed upon it in our initial conversation. But now he wants to know the distribution of the contracts. How did he get his own thing, this, that, and the third, which is going to be laid out in the program itself. But the reason I bring that up is now he's having an apprehension because he has to invest in himself. If he didn't have to put up any money up front, he wouldn't be bothered by it. He wouldn't have been bothered because as soon as we had the conversation, he was on board. Now, he met with someone who was also in the cleaning industry. That person went the franchise route. I don't know how that necessarily went. I'm just going off the tone of the conversation he and I had. So I'm thinking he's getting some information from the person. And he did mention that person was a franchisee of another franchise. But anyway, when we bow down to it, let's just do something now. Based on the sweat equity techniques we're going to be teaching now, I met him at one of the sites that I do, and he's the dishwasher. So according to him, he's off on Sundays and Mondays. Well, of course, y'all know I like the idea of tackling the small accounts with less frequency. Just so happened I had some accounts that were perfect for him. Okay, so I don't want to get into what his initial investment would have been. It's small in comparison to what he'll be receiving. So after he and I had the conversation, I had to break things down to him in a simpler form. And I flat out told him, I said, hey, look, man, you're looking at 4X in your investment. Off the rip, you're walking in the profit. And when you're asking about the contract, he goes, I'm going to house the contracts. I'm going to still own the contract. Right? Just being transparent for anybody else who might be interested in the program. But at the same time, we're guaranteeing you that we're going to pay you on the agreed amount days, providing that you submit your invoice. You're going to receive the training. We're going to give you some insight as to how we do things. And you're walking into a 4X profit. Now, how you lose these accounts, that's on you, right? That's on you, because these accounts are written for a year at a time. And if you don't meet the requirements of our extensive scope of work in order to please these clients, there's a possibility that you would be losing the account. But that's not on our organization. That's on you and what you bring to the table. Does that make sense? And if there's a real situation where the company is going out of business or the client has to move in a different direction, then we would do our part in helping you find another account. It's just that simple. But you're walking in the profit. And again, the key word is investment. No investment is a sure thing. But what we're offering you is a way that's pretty close to sure. So then plus, he didn't know this, but that initial training fee, especially in the beta stage of what we're doing, it's going to qualify him for other accounts. He has to show the aptitude and that he's ready to take on other accounts. But yeah, but that's just another example. And you know, I recently just learned that in one of my nonprofit classes. about just handing somebody something, providing them the opportunity to provide for themselves, because it won't be respected on the same level, right? So just say, in a perfect world, I give him those accounts, right? Which would have been a little bit more than $1,000 a month. He would have been working in total. In total, he would have been working 6 times for about 2 hours a piece, right? Now that sounds like a great deal, but let's just say I packaged that account for him, and I took more money than what we were going to take, because typically we're giving our partners upwards of 80% of the account. So let's just say I took more off the account and just gave him the account. It wouldn't be valued as much as him paying for these accounts himself, him giving himself the opportunity to get the training. And then furthermore, the time that I invested, the team invested, into making sure that we got the procedures in place to ensure success with the account. It's just one of those challenges we're gonna have to face. And I'm thinking he's still gonna come around. And honestly, even though he already paid me, if he's still having apprehension, even though there's a no refund clause, we haven't even started the work, so I don't have any problem refunding him the money. I just wanted to share that with you guys, and especially since we are all pretty young in our journey and whatnot. Some of us farther along than others. At the end of the day, that's what it's going to take. If we expect to advance, then we're going to have to invest in ourselves. And the saying still remains true. In order to get ahead, it's either going to be you invest in time or you invest in money. We teach the sweat equity route for the people who got the time. But if you got the money, then you can just go out and start getting these accounts yourself. Now that sounds easy enough, right? But how would you if you don't know how to? You see? Now that puts you back on the hamster wheel. Now that puts you back on the hamster wheel. And that's part of the reason why we created the system itself. So I'll let you know how things are going along. We already have 2 sales. And just to back things up, we already been doing a version of this program, but we didn't have a set price. And now we got it locked in. We got to understand what we want to do, and we know what our value is. And the price that we're charging now is actually going to go up, because I'm looking at it from a standpoint of we've given out opportunities from $60,000 to upwards of $100,000, right? Just walking into it. And then sometimes the operating partner still isn't satisfied with the agreement. They're satisfied with the money they're making. They're satisfied with the freedom they're able to create for themselves and their family. But they still want things to go in the accordance of how they want things to go versus what's going to be harmonious for both parties. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, just a challenge. It's another day. So what days come challenges? And again, you know my saying, man. Let's end the poor little me song. We just tightening things up and figuring out a way to advance. And if you take anything away from this video, it would be bet on yourself, invest in yourself, and create an opportunity for yourself. Alright? Do what you want to do with that information, man. That's just my factual opinion.